What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the first video of the Rebuilding the Box series, Sealing the Roof. And as you can see, it's had its fair share of the weathering. And of course some of my patchwork as well, with some lapping sealant. But the plan is to clean all this stuff off and then reseal it with some rubber coating that I will show you here shortly. First thing we got to do though is remove these solar panels. First things first, and that is of course safety. So you want to make sure before performing any of these tasks that you want to shut off your solar panels just in case you don't want to get electrocuted. So shut off the inverter and then we'll pop the circuit for the solar panel. But since I'm at it and I'm shutting everything off, I am hooked up to a shore power source. So I'm also gonna hit the circuit breaker, go into the battery as well. Since I'm not really gonna be using it, I don't need to. And there we go. Now it's no longer charging. All right, first things first, and that's to take off these solar panels. So I've got my impact drill with my 5/16 bit, and I got some screwdrivers, some flatheads, so that I can scrape up around the bolts to get them out. Only 2 more to go. All right, now that all 3 solar panels are removed, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go around and try to scrape up all this loose stuff that we can, and maybe any of the stuff that's around the vent fan and around the sunroof as well, around the edges, everything like that. This is butyl tape that I used under the Z brackets for the solar panels to help prevent leaking, and it has worked pretty well. So right now we're scraping this off. I have more that in the back of the truck and back of the box that I'm going to put on when I reinstall the solar panels when we're all finished. So to wash the roof, I'm going to be using Dawn dish soap and some warm water. So I got this small brush, but that's all I had. I didn't have time to go and get a bigger soft bristle brush, but this will do. And finally, sprayed off. Hopefully by pulling this sealant off, like the lap seal and the silicone, none of this stuff leaks, but we gotta do what we gotta do. I'm gonna be replacing the ceiling inside anyway. All right, well, the sun is about down and it's about dark. So I finally got the roof to be clean, hosed it off. I'll check inside to see if I have any leaks, but I don't know if I'll film that or not, we'll see. And yeah, see you in the morning. And I wanted to add the reason why I wanted to reseal the roof, even though I'm going to be redoing the inside of the box, is because I have had leaks, a few of them, like see right here where this sticker covers up. Also, if you look right here, you can see it's leaking from behind those ivy leaves there. It leaks down the wall. And so that's another one that had just happened. So it's a good indication for me to reseal the roof. So that's the first step, and that's what we're doing. All right, it is the next day here. So we're gonna go up on the roof and see if it is dry so we can proceed with sealing the roof. All right, everything looks pretty dry to me. Let's talk about a few things before we get into it. When I originally built the box, I used this stuff here, which is elastomeric roof coating. And the reason why this is not a good roof coating to use on an RV is because this stuff here is actually designed for roofs that are not flat. Compared to this RV roof coating that I had found from liquid rubber. And this stuff here is actually meant for flat roofs. So here is what we're going to need to seal the roof. Of course, we got our roof coating and some pans, but also we have some gloves, some brushes, some rollers, and then an extension handle for the roller if we need it. I got 3 gallons of this stuff because I didn't know how much I needed. So for my 96 square foot roof, we're gonna see what happens. And as you can see from me pouring this, that it is pretty thick stuff. This is coat number 1, and it did say in the directions that this stuff requires 2 to 3 heavy coats. It's something about how the final coat should be 1 gallon, which is up to 50 square feet. I don't know. I have 96 square feet. I got 3 gallons of this stuff. I'm going to see what happens. I'm putting it on pretty thick. I'm also cutting the edges with a brush as well. And really just getting great coverage on every part of this roof. You can really tell how it transforms the roof with even just 1 coat. Really amazing. I kind of like this stuff. Although it's just like painting, it's still pretty messy.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really tape up much of anything. I wore clothes that I didn't really care about, and of course I wore gloves. So anybody looking to do this same kind of thing, I would suggest them to do the same. So I'm coming to the end of this first coat, and I still have a good amount of material left, probably enough for 2 more coats. So I'm just gonna go and build this stuff up and just keep layering it on.
Alright, so I got the roof finally sealed with about 6 coats of the roof sealant. And so the next step is to install the solar panels. And as you can see, I still have the holes for where they're going to be reinstalled. So not all of them closed up, which is kind of nice. And here are the 3 solar panels that I have. Of course, I cleaned them up with some glass cleaner. And I also scraped all the stuff off of the Z brackets as well, so that I can have a good seal for the lap sealant. Alright, so I have the first solar panel up on the roof, and so the stuff that I'm going to be using is actually this butyl tape. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a butyl rubber sealant tape. And this is what it looks like. It's like a rubber sealant, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some underneath each one of these brackets before I fasten them down with the screws. And notice how I screw these in as the butyl tape squeezes out.
finally to hit the circuit breakers to restore our power to our solar. Charging like it should. So the final step in this process is, of course, to seal up all your seams and brackets and screws and everything to keep water out of it. Just like we did with the butyl tape, we're going to use RV lap sealant. It is self-leveling, so we're going to put a bunch on the Z brackets here, as you see, just so that it'll level out on its own, and it'll create a waterproof seal, which is what we're looking for. Self-leveling lap sealant is what should be used in this type of project, and is a lot better than silicone or any of that other stuff due to its adhesion properties and waterproof seal. This is the piece that my solar wires go into the box to my solar setup that I have. So of course sealing that up as well with lap sealant. But you can see in the background how the roof is pretty thick. And of course the vent fan, you cannot forget that. And I've had issues with my roof leaking mainly because I left my vent fan wide open as opposed to only open a little bit, because you can still only open this thing a little bit and keep it running for ventilation, which is what I do now. Hey, you learn from your mistakes. That's life. I do want to take this moment to thank everybody that watches these videos, as well as my subscribers. At the time of editing this video, I have 957 subscribers currently, and I thank each and every one of you, as well as the ones who watch these videos but are not subscribed. So please consider subscribing, also like the video, and of course hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. And of course this is only part 1 of the Rebuild the Box series, which I can't wait to do, and I cannot wait to share it with every one of you. So with that being said, thanks for all the love and support, and I'll see you in the next video. Going for a car ride.